I have a love-hate relationship with trailers. I find that when I see one, I'll overanalyze it in order to work out if the film will be worth my time. If the trailer gives away the bulk of the story, the filmmakers know the film isn't the best. If the trailer is hysterical, chances are they've given away the biggest and best punchlines for free. If the trailer is short, snappy and intriguing, such as the one for Bid, then I'm in for the ride. Etc. etc. The trailer for the kids are alright absolutely screams of Oscar nominations. It makes the film look very good and gives away just enough of the plot to make you want to enjoy the whole thing. However, one thing I have learnt from my pretentious scrutiny of trailers is that, much like book covers, they can be misleading. The Kids Are Alright follows a family of two lesbian mothers, a son and a daughter. When daughter Joni turns 18, she is persuaded by brother Laser to contact their sperm donor father. Predictably, their two mothers do not particularly approve of this, feeling almost as if they aren't good enough for their children. Upon finding donor Paul, we follow the trials and tribulations of the family as they interact with the new presence in their lives. This film has been tipped for Oscar success by many a critic, and its story lends itself so easily to such aplomb. Others have dubbed it purely Oscar bait. My opinion lies somewhere in the middle, but certainly leans towards the latter viewpoint. I can honestly say that I hated the first 10 to 15 minutes of this film. It starts off slowly and very quickly descends into softcore pornography. And did you know the mothers were lesbians? If you didn't, you certainly will very soon. Every chance they get, the filmmakers try to ram home the fact that the parents are gay. So much so that you feel like screaming, "Okay, we get it, you're unconventional." It feels like director/writer Lisa Kolodenko is telling you, these parents are both of the same sex, now make an opinion on that before we move on. Fortunately, the sexuality subject is dropped for a while as Paul and the children begin to interact. Mark Ruffalo plays this character incredibly well and gives one of the best performances of the year. There is never a dull moment whilst he is on screen, and he really steals the show. From here, The Kids Are Alright picks up nicely and develops into quite an engaging film. Starring alongside Ruffalo are Julianne Moore, who looks more like Susan Sarandon on a daily basis, Annette Bening, Josh Hutcherson and Mia Wasikowska. Bening and Moore also put forward a couple of great performances, and I wouldn't begrudge either one of the three adults an Oscar. The two children certainly get overshadowed and are almost forgotten about completely. In a film that centers around the premise that two teenagers want to meet their real father, we are not offered much from their viewpoint. It may be that the director has done this on purpose to fuel their teenage angst, but it culminates in an outburst by the daughter which just seems to be crowbarred in and somewhat exaggerated. That said, it will be good for Wasikowska to be associated with an Oscar buzz film, since she was unfortunate enough to be cast in the atrocity that was Alice in Wonderland. Both of the children have side stories that really do go nowhere. Laser has an abusive best friend and Joni is secretly in love. Both subplots fizzle into nothingness and seem as though they were only added in an attempt to give both characters more depth. Though these scenes are sometimes comical, they do nothing to further the main story and sadly, feel like an afterthought. Overall, I don't think this film is quite worth all of the hype it has received, but the good definitely outweighs the bad, and I can see why the buzz has been created. I would have liked to have seen a stronger ending and a lot more of the heartwarming laughs that the trailer was advertising. But what we do get is surely worth the price of admission, and maybe even a bag of popcorn too.